Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? This is the very first video I'm filming for 2021. Today is actually New Year's Eve, and I slightly played myself because I was like, you know what? I filmed my last Indie Miss video. I'm so excited. I get to take a break now. And then I realized that the first is a Friday, and I normally try and post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then sometimes Sunday. And I really want to stick to my regular schedule, so I thought I would just go ahead and do one of my favorite videos, one of the ones that I think are the most fun to film personally. I'm going to try a bunch of new makeup. It's kind of a mixture of a few orders I've made, some Black Friday stuff that I haven't tried yet, a few things I grabbed from Ulta on sale. So we're just going to try a bunch of makeup and have fun and just let it be a really super chill video. You know what? Speaking of, it's New Year's Eve. I have nowhere to go, so I'm just gonna drink a twisted tea and we can start. I'm gonna start off with the Lily Posh Cosmetics Amplify Primer. I decided to try Lily Posh recently just because I saw one of their Instagram stories and the owner seemed so sweet. They actually showed like behind the scenes of where they make their makeup and everything, and I just thought it was super cool and made me want to try their products. And I asked her for recommendations of like what her most popular products are. I believe she mentioned this primer, so I wanted to go ahead and try it. It kind of reminds me of the Tatcha primer. I haven't used it at all yet, so that's just based on like imagining what it's going to be. But here's what it looks like inside, and I think it's interesting. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna have to warm that up a little bit, but I'm guessing it's kind of gonna be that same like really pore filling primer. I'm actually just gonna take my nail through it because it's not wanting to warm up as quickly. And I'm just gonna use a little bit on my T-zone. Oh yeah, that's even thicker than the Tatcha one. Very curious to see how this works. I actually feel like that's working. Like I can see a slight reduction in my pores. The ingredients say that this has some refractionated coconut oil in it, so hopefully that doesn't break me out. But jumping into foundation, this is the only product I'm using on camera that is not a first impression. This is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream Color Correcting Full Coverage Natural Finish Broad Spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen. I got this because I thought it was going to be a dupe for the It Cosmetics one, and I've been using it ever since the day I got it. I have not filmed a video on it yet because I was doing Indie Miss. I wanted to do all indie products. It just didn't seem like it would fit for the month of December. So I've just been testing it out off camera so that I can gather my thoughts and do a full review. So I don't want to give my thoughts away too much in this video, but I do think it's a nice foundation, definitely. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in. I feel like I went in with too much. I normally use way less. Wow. Okay. It's looking like a mask because normally I use like half a pump and I don't know what I was just thinking. But I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in. Oh, and I don't think I said it, but the shade is Fair 120N, which I think works really well for me. So for concealer, I have two different options here that I have not tried yet. First is the Ritual Defy NYX Ethereal Veil Conceal and Cover, and it just looks like this. It's a little cream pot of concealer, and the color looks really spot on for me, but I'm not sure how I'm going to end up feeling about it, so I also went ahead and pulled out this one, which I'm excited to try. It's from Nude Sticks, and I got it on sale. It seemed like an interesting product, and I've never tried anything from Nude Sticks. I was looking up the brand, and I guess it was started by a mom and her daughters, which is actually pretty cute. So this is their concealer pencil in the shade Light 1. Oh, and it comes with a little sharpener. That's really nice and convenient. Oh, can you put it on the end? Oh, you can. Wow, that's nice. Oh wow. Okay, that's actually really light. I'm a little bit surprised right now. Okay, I'm thinking sheared out it'll be okay, but that's very pale for being called Light 1. So I guess I'll go ahead and maybe I'll try it underneath the eyes. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about a pencil underneath the eyes, but I'll just put a little bit right here. I really don't know if this is gonna be my aesthetic either, because I guess all of their products are supposed to be the kind of stuff that you can just throw on and go, which isn't normally what I go for. I mean, I guess that added a little bit of lightness. I feel like I might like this for underneath the brow, for like adding a little bit of highlight right here. Oh yeah, because I know there's other pencils like this. Like I think Anastasia sells one, but they're a little bit too dark for me. I tried one that was pinky and didn't love it. So this could be perfect for that at least. I haven't even put eye primer on yet. What am I doing? Try it on the nose here. I mean, it does fit in that space really well, but it's just a little bit too pale. Did not think that I would be saying that. Let me throw on a little on this side just to make it match. So I feel like I'm gonna end up using that for my brow bone a lot. Let me go ahead and try out this one from Ritual de Fille. Try a little underneath the eyes. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like it has a little bit more coverage. Seems like a good color for me for spot concealing. Definitely gonna keep testing that out, but it seems to be a good shade with decent coverage. So we're gonna jump into one of the products I am the most excited about. This came in the mail yesterday, and I'm just hoping that it will work out for me. This is the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour, and I grabbed it in the shade Light 1, the lightest shade that they offered. I ordered this from their website and paid like $8 shipping because I didn't want to wait for it to go on Beautylish, because I was just so excited about the idea of this product and all of its claims and hoping that it will be amazing. I've really been loving the Fenty Matchstick in Amber. I actually have it right in front of me and I've been using it nearly every day. It's a really good contour shade. It doesn't feel too dry for my skin or anything like that, so I've been loving that. But of course, I'm excited to try Danessa's version of a cream contour. So the packaging on this is actually really nice and sleek, and you push down here in order for the top to go up, and then there is a really nice decent sized pan. The color in person looks a little bit yellowish. Like, I thought it looked a little bit more taupey online, but I'm not going to judge it too harshly until I get it on my face and try it out. But there's a decent sized mirror in there as well. And then I just wanted to show you, because I thought it was so cute, in the package they also included a compact little Danessa Myricks mirror, which I will definitely use. I don't actually own any compact mirrors like this, like not a single one. So I'm excited to have that. And then you guys, look at these stickers. This one right here, I love it. So cute. I don't even know where I'm gonna put them, but I love them. What a cute little addition to the order. And then also, I know I rave about Danessa Myricks every time I talk about her, but look at the skin work. Look at the glow. Her artistry is everything. And it actually says that she has step-by-step tutorials that you can register for free at her website. So I think I need to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna just dip my finger in here. See. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm not sure about this color. It looks so yellowy. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Tarte foundation brush that I use all the time just because it's really good for cream contour. I'm gonna pick up just a little tiny bit. Start that off right here. I feel like that's blending out actually really nice on the skin. It looks very skin-like, and I feel like I could make it work as a bronzer more than a typical contour. I feel like I can make the yellow tone work as a bronzer because I have the Charlotte Tilbury Fair Bronzer, which has a little tiny bit of a yellow undertone. The Vesca Beauty Bronzer has a little bit of a yellow undertone, and I don't mind those, but I just don't think that this is like traditionally what I would go for an actual contour shade. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that regard. And you know, this is just a first impression. I'm also at my fairest right now because it's like the beginning of winter. Haven't been going outside all that much. The sun hasn't been out that much. So maybe I'll like this more in the summer when I'm half a shade darker. But actually, I don't mind how it looks. It's just not what I think of for contour. So I'm actually gonna go ahead, and while we're here, I'm gonna dip into the Fenty Beauty Matchstick. Hopefully you can see the difference in color here. You see how much more gray that is? So I'm just gonna add a little bit of contour. I'm not even gonna add it everywhere. Sometimes I go through and do my whole face with this, but I'm just adding a little bit of that shade and blending it in. See, I think that definitely helps make it look more how I want it. I just realized I don't have a new powder to try today, and I guess I could use something old, but I'm just gonna not powder my face because I actually really like how it's looking right now, and I don't mind not using powder. So jumping into eyes, I'm gonna start off with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base in the shade Fair. I was excited to try this because they released some new shades. They have Fair and White now, which are the two that I got. and I did use PR credits, so this was gifted to me. But I got the medium shade originally, which was the only shade that they had released to begin with, and it was way too dark for me. I couldn't use it as an eye primer, and everyone was raving about it. So I definitely felt like I was missing out, and I'm excited to try this lighter shade today. I believe that the formula was also changed a little bit to be not so runny, so I could literally hold it upside down and it's not going to fall out now, whereas before it was like kind of all over the place. I actually had this primer for a few months now and I haven't used it yet just because I kept putting it off, because normally I don't like to try a new eye primer and new eyeshadows at the same time, just because I feel like it's really hard to tell if the problem is the eyeshadows or if the problem is the eye primer. If there is a problem, I'm gonna take that risk today because we're trying so much new makeup, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. I wouldn't take this video too seriously because I'm trying so many new products at once. Definitely need to test them more and test them with staple products and see how they work with different powders and this and that. So this video is purely entertainment. I'm gonna go ahead and just dip into a little bit of this. Oh gosh, I think I took too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that on. Gonna blend it in, but it's spreading out evenly pretty quickly. Doesn't look dry on my eyelid or anything, which I appreciate. Okay, for eyeshadow today, I went ahead and picked up this palette from Viseart. It is their Violet on... Oh, my French is terrible. It is the Violet Étendue. Wait, that says Estonian. I thought this was French. Okay. Étendue. This is the Violet Étendue. You know what? This is the new purple palette from Viseart. It is so cute. So here's the packaging on the outside. I really, really love the size. I love it's like the soft cardboard, and then it opens up like this, like a little envelope. Oops. Look how beautiful this is. Like all the cool tones, all the purple, this entire bottom row, these two shades. So pretty. These shadows actually pop out really easily, so you could move them around if you wanted to. Let's just go ahead and do some swatches because I can't resist. I'll just swatch 3 at a time. We don't have to sit here and describe every color or else this video is going to be forever long. But there's a bunch of neutral, cool tone options. It's been years since I bought a palette from Viseart, so I'm really, really excited and hoping that this is amazing quality, especially since this little tiny palette was like $40 or something. Ooh, that's a really pretty soft purpley taupe. And then we've got some shimmers here. I've never tried a shimmer shadow from Viseart. Ooh, that's really pretty soft silver. Ooh, no. You see that? That shade has like a periwinkle shift. Ooh, that's pretty. I feel like the mattes are swatching slightly terribly. We've got a really beautiful purpley pink blue shifting shadow here. That one's really stunning. I know I have a lot of singles that remind me of that, but still it's beautiful nonetheless. And then getting into more of the true purple tones here. Oh my goodness, so pretty. There's the last 3 shades. I feel like this palette in combination with the Sigil inspired purple palette would be really, really pretty together. Overall swatched out, I'm a little bit like side-eyeing it because the mattes look pretty questionable. I mentioned this in an indie makeup releases, but I didn't realize until very recently when I was on their website they are actually a independently owned brand. So I really want to do some more research and learn more about their backstory. I have to say that I let that eyeshadow primer sit for a little bit and it's actually not creasing a ton. There's like a tiny little bit here, but a lot of times more liquidy primers like that will crease. So I'm glad that it's not. Do you guys hear the bird tweeting super loud in the background? I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this light purple right here. And I'm just gonna put that through my entire crease. Start blending it out, which actually isn't gonna take very long because it is a pretty light pastel shade. Okay, I think I'm gonna go into a little bit of this one right here. Just gonna pop that a little bit lower down in the crease. Ooh, that's such a pretty mauve combo between those two. Blending pretty easily. So far, the mattes are definitely working a little bit better on the eyes than they swatched out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and dip into the plum shade next on a little bit of a smaller brush, just to deepen up the outer V a little bit. I feel like I used to be obsessed with finding the perfect plum, and I haven't really thought about it in a while. Goodness gracious, I don't know if that bird thinks I'm Snow White or something. Hope he's not in distress because he sounds sad, but I know you're not supposed to touch birds. I'm gonna go back in with my previous brush and blend over the edge there. There's a little patchiness right there. I don't think it's super noticeable, but there's definitely a bit of patchiness going on, and it's just not sticking really well to this area. Normally for me, it's a little bit lower, so it's kind of strange. I think I'm actually, just to have a little bit more fun, I'm gonna dip into this bright purple too, and just pop a little tiny bit of that on the outer V. Adding a touch more purple. It doesn't have to be super intense. Just changing the undertone a little bit. And then I'm also gonna take a little bit of that along the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this soft purple here now and pop that on the front of the lower lash line. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take that bright pinky purpley blue duochrome, and I'm gonna pop that on my lid. Definitely more of a soft satin. I mean, I can see the shift, but I'm not super impressed with the texture. I guess I would say it's not bad, but it's not my personal preference. I would have preferred it to be either more metallic or more sparkly. Go with my crease brush over the edge there. And then I'm gonna dip into the light silvery periwinkle shifting shade here because I think that'll be super pretty on the inner corner. Because it is such a soft satin, I think I'll really like using this on the inner corner in the future or underneath the brow bone, but probably not all over the lid. I feel like I could see myself reaching back into this palette mostly for the mattes. So I don't know if it's gonna be worth the price, in all honesty, to me. I really wanna put something else on my lid actually. Like I wanna put something sparkly over it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of the shade Marshmallow Pillows from Davina. I sprayed my brush so I don't get any fallout, and I'm just gonna put that over top. Do you see that? That's what I'm talking about. Just using a tiny little bit. Okay, off camera really quickly, I'm gonna go into the We Makeup Only Eye Pencil in the shade Ruby Grape, throw that on my waterline. I'm gonna throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back. I feel like even the more I'm looking at the inner corner now, I'm like, wow, that is really soft. I just have 3 products left to try, so I'm gonna finally go ahead and use this today. I'm so excited. It's the Winky Luxe Tea Time Blush. It is so beautiful. I'm nervous to touch it. So there's what it looks like. Prettiest makeup product to ever exist. I'm nervous. I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh gosh, okay. I'm gonna like go on some of the petals and try and pick up a little bit of product. Okay. Does not appear to be messing them up. It's also like the tiniest amount of blush ever. Okay. Let me just pick up a little bit more. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Has a pretty natural finish. It doesn't look super glowy. It's just adding a little bit of color to the cheeks. I still feel like it's gonna be one of those special products I don't use all the time, but it definitely does work, so that's good. I'm gonna try another product from Ritual de Fille today. This is the Moon Pillar Rare Light Creme Luminizer, and it just looks to be a really beautiful soft pink. I actually included this in my video that I did recently, doing a bunch of polls to do a full face of indie products, and I realized I accidentally included this with the blush, even though it's actually a highlight, so I'm glad it didn't get picked for that category. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use little tiny bit. There's what it looks like on my finger. And I pop it on the tops of my cheekbones. I mean, it has like a pretty pinky purpley iridescence to it. Not blown away. The reason why I wanted this shade is because I thought it was going to be a really beautiful pink, but it's more of a pinky purple. So, I mean, it goes really well with this look today, but it looks very, very subtle. I'll keep testing it out, see how it wears throughout the day, because sometimes cream blushes, when you first apply them, they just look okay, and then as they wear throughout the day, they look more glowy and beautiful on the skin. So maybe that's the case with this one. It smells like something. It smells like lavender, actually. Last but not least, I recently picked up a new lip gloss from Milani because I feel like I've heard some really, really good things about this line. It is the Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade 08 Soft Rose. I really hope I got this right. I kind of bought it on a whim, but I feel like I've heard people raving about this as far as drugstore mascaras, or not mascaras, as far as drugstore lip glosses go, so I thought I would give it a try today. Hopefully it's not one of those lip plumpers that makes your lips feel terrible. Ooh. Okay, so the good news is that I think that might be one of the prettiest nude gloss colors I've ever tried. Like, just as soon as I applied, I'm like, wow, this color is beautiful. Bad news is that it's stinging. It's stinging. Okay, my hair is on like day 5 of these curls, so it's looking a little ridiculous and I need to wash it, but this is the finished look. Even though the lip gloss is tangling a little bit and it has like a tiny bit of like that minty feeling, it's actually not painful. It's not bothering me too much, so I really, really appreciate that. And like I said, the color is so stunning. The eyeshadow palette, I feel like, is probably not worth the money in my humble opinion. The mattes blended easily, but the shimmers are pretty lackluster, unfortunately. As far as all the face products go, I feel like the blush is more gonna be like a novelty thing to me. Like, it's just more like something special, something beautiful. I don't see myself using it a ton. Like I said, the highlight looks okay. I'm gonna keep wearing it throughout the day and see how it looks and just reserve my judgment for now. The Balm Contour from Danessa Myricks, like I said, although it wasn't originally what I thought it was going to be, I do think that overall it added like a pretty soft bronze, and I feel like all of the base products together do look very, very skin-like. My skin does not look cakey. It doesn't look like I have a bunch of layers of product on, so I like that. I feel like of the 2 concealers I tried today, the one from Ritual Defeat I'll probably be using for spot concealing. The one from Nude Sticks I'll probably be using to highlight underneath the brow bone and clean up my brows a little bit. I would probably use a different concealer underneath the eyes. And then this primer felt really good, looked really good on the skin, but the ingredients have me a little bit nervous. I'm gonna keep using this, testing it out, and I'll see if it breaks me out or not. Fingers crossed it doesn't. So that is everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a wonderful, happy new year, and I will see you guys in the next video on Monday. Bye.